What's up, guys? It is so good to be back here with yet another review, yet another one. So currently, right now, at this moment, the internet is freaking out over this newest or latest movie from Netflix. It's called Rebel Ridge. I've never heard of it. I didn't see any promotion for it, no trailers. So I said, you know what? Let me check it out. I did not watch any of the trailers. I don't even know what the plot is. And I have to say, I fuck with it. I like this movie. I really do. I'm not gonna give you my grade yet, but I really liked it. In fact, so much people online have watched it. I think I'm just gonna go straight into spoilers for this one. All right. So when I think back on the movie, I was having a discussion with a few friends of mine about it. Apparently, the movie has people divided. Like, a lot of people like it. Some people was like, the movie was doing too much. And then I watched the trailer for it. The trailer is quite misleading. The trailer deceives you and makes you believe that this movie is kind of action-packed. It has its scenes, but it's not. But that doesn't mean it's boring. I don't think it's boring at all. I view it as a standard drama movie, which is very intense. And I think a part of it, what makes it intense, is the cinematography of it. It's a beautifully shot movie, especially for a movie which is coming on streaming. But I think what bothers a lot of people is the slow pace and the slow burn of it. I personally don't have a problem with it, but I'll say one thing, what I thought about the movie, I thought the movie was a bit too long. I think for a streaming movie with no big names to it, I personally believe that the movie is too long. It had me in the first 1 hour of it, when Terry lost his cousin, you know, the cops gave him back his money and he got the truck and he left town. I personally thought the movie was just going to end there. And then I'm like, you know what? This is on a good note. And like, okay, cool. When I looked at the time, the movie was only 57 minutes in. I'm like, there's more? At first I was excited, but I'm like, what more could they talk about? So let's get back straight to the spoilers. So Terry, he gets pulled over from these cops right in the beginning. Cool. I saw the trailers, they were trying to push a race angle, like they were racist and stuff like that. I wouldn't put it past them, but I didn't get that vibe right in the movie at all. I didn't get any racial vibes and stuff like that. I thought that these cops, they were just dicks, and because they were dicks to basically the entire townspeople, white or black. But that's just me personally. I could be wrong, but that doesn't change the fact that they were dicks. So trying to understand the character of Terry. He's a Marine vet who never served in the war itself. He just trained the guys right in combat. I do wonder if his plan was sound. He just thought that he could have ride into this town as a stranger with 30 grand cash on him as a black man and then think that it wasn't gonna be a problem. I do question that, but I took it as face value and I accepted it for what it was. Then moving forward, I'm like, okay, he's gonna keep on riding his bike, going through town. I'm like, what is his plan? And then he proceeds to go and report it to the police itself. And I'm like, I do like the mystery about Terry. It's like, what's going on? From the scene where they showed that he was feeding himself and he caught the fish with his bare hands. I'm like, okay, this guy, he has some survival skills. What is he planning? So going to that, I love the tendency about it, and then you're trying to find out how crooked these cops are. Listen, the first hour of this movie to me is perfect. I really like it. One of my favorite scenes is the scene where they actually revealed his skill set. And one of the officers, they Google him and his job, and he's on, there's a picture of him right on the Wikipedia page. And his role in the military was that just training people how to use combat skills. So he doesn't need weapons because he himself is a weapon. And I thought that was pretty cool, you know. And just the first hour, even with him riding his bike, let's talk about that bike scene with him racing against the prison bus and you know, like him just showing how fit he is. Like he did the fist, like, you know, like, yeah, black power. Like, I'm like, dude, was that a flex just to show how fit you are? But it's like, okay, I get it. You're in shape, you know. But that first hour of the movie, even though I thought it was sad that his cousin did die, but the cops, I guess that they feared him, or they gave him some respect to be like, we sorry your cousin died. I don't know if they killed him, but his cousin, but I don't think the cops killed him. I think his cousin was a target in prison, as he said, and the target found him. So his cousin died, but out of respect, they gave him back the money and they bought him a truck and they just wanted him to leave town. If that movie ended right there on one note, I think that this movie would have been great. I think the movie is still great, but when it came back and when Terry got back to town, that's when I'm like, huh, okay, interesting. Then we get into this subplot about why the cops are doing this and about the town being bankrupt and stuff like that. So with that, we went another hour and 15 minutes, I believe, and I liked it. The one problem I have with this movie, it just was too long. I think they could have, an extra 30 minutes, sure. An extra 30 minutes, I really think that as a streaming movie, I really think this movie could have gone on for 90 to 100 minutes, but a whole 2 hours and 10 minutes. But let's get into the characters. I thought all of the characters were pretty drawn out and pretty great. Terry, the leading star, the actor who plays him, I found out that he wasn't the first choice. They wanted John Boyega, who plays Finn in the Star Wars films. And I'm like, I don't know if John Boyega could have pulled this off. I think that they made the right choice with Aaron Pierre. I personally don't know him or seeing his work, but I thought he did a great job. Don Johnson as the chief of police, I think that he plays a good villain. This isn't his first time playing a villain. He played one of the slave owners right in Django Unchained. I thought he did a good job as that. He was really, really menacing, and he was not scared. How can I say this? He was not scared right in the beginning, so I thought he did a good job with that. Anna Sophia Robb, it took me a minute to recognize who she is, and then I'm like, oh, I grew up with her. You know, she was a child star. I think one of her most famous roles was probably Soul Surfer and Bridge to Terabithia. Very sad movie, but let's not talk about that. So, all the cops were, all of the acting was good. The cinematography really sold it. Just the camera movements, nice and slow, lots of wide shots. I thought that was pretty dope. I think it's a movie what was too good for streaming. Netflix puts out a lot of content, and sometimes it's hit or miss in terms of quality. I mean, and I really think that this is one of their hits. I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the action scenes, even though there weren't much. But I appreciate Aaron Pierre doing his own stunts and just putting in the work and just selling the role of Terry Richmond as this feared ex-Marine. I really thought that he did a good job at it, just seeing how he can beat so much people without killing them. He didn't kill a single person right in this movie, and he used his wits and his skills and his arms and his body. I love the scene where he's physically disarming people right of their own weapon. I'm like, this dude is badass. he's such a badass. I kind of wish that he did. He kill a few people. It's like you're capable of it. But I think that's the cool part of it. He doesn't have to kill you just to prove how badass he is. He's kind of like a black Batman. You know what I mean? Rebel Ridge is one of the rare Netflix hits in terms of quality and getting commercial praise, meaning that so much people is watching it. I'm gonna give Rebel Ridge an A-. If the movie was just a tad bit shorter, then yeah, I would have given it the full A. But other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to giving you more content. Thank you.